My love, I've been trying to find the courage to tell you this for weeks now. Every time I look into your eyes, the words get stuck in my throat, but I can't keep hiding anymore. I want to save you from the upcoming pain you'll experience by knowing my truth from someone else. So I decided to tell you the truth myself. This message might change everything between us, but you deserve to hear it from me first. You've probably sensed something was different lately. The way I've been distant, checking my phone more often, canceling our plans last minute. Those weren't coincidences. They were signs of the weight I've been carrying. This truth has been eating me alive, and I know if I don't tell you now, someone else will. And that would hurt you even more. Please listen with an open heart to what I'm about to share. The hardest part about carrying this secret has been watching you trust me completely, while knowing I wasn't being fully honest. Every "I love you" felt both true and painful because I was hiding something crucial about who I really am. This burden has been affecting everything: my sleep, my focus, even how present I can be when we're together. I've caught myself zoning out while you're talking, not because I don't care, but because this secret keeps screaming in my mind. What makes this even harder is that others already know. People who don't have your best interests at heart could tell you any day now, twisting the truth to cause maximum damage to what we have. I can't let that happen. I need you to hear this from me, in my own words, with all the context and feelings that go with it. I know that after saying everything might change between us. You might look at me differently. You might need space. You might even decide you can't continue this relationship. That possibility terrifies me. But living with this deception has become impossible. The person you fell in love with is real, but there's more to me that you need to know. Do you remember our third date? We walked along the river until sunrise, talking about our dreams, our fears, our favorite books. That night, I almost told you. The connection between us felt so pure that hiding anything seemed wrong. But fear stopped me. I wasn't ready to risk losing the way you looked at me. Then there was your birthday dinner with your family. Your mother hugged me and said she was happy you'd found someone so honest and caring. Those words felt like knives because I knew I was keeping something important from all of you. I smiled through the pain, but inside I was crumbling. You've noticed things, I know you have. The mysterious phone calls I take outside, the drawer I asked you never to open, the topics I carefully steer us away from, the friends from my past that I never introduce you to. At times you've asked questions, and I've given half-truths or changed the subject. Each time, I saw the momentary confusion in your eyes before you trusted me again. Last week, when you found me crying in the bathroom at 3 a.m., I almost broke down and told you everything. But I convinced myself that the middle of the night, both of us exhausted, wasn't the right time. I've been rehearsing this conversation for months, trying to find perfect words that don't exist. The weight of this secret has become physical, the knot in my stomach when you talk about our future, the headaches from the stress of maintaining this facade, the insomnia that keeps me staring at the ceiling while you sleep peacefully beside me. There have been clues all along that something wasn't quite adding up. Remember when we ran into my former colleague and they mentioned a project I never told you about? Or how I change the subject whenever certain topics come up? The way I get unusually quiet around specific types of conversations isn't coincidence or disinterest. You've asked about the gaps in my past, the years I gloss over with vague descriptions. You've wondered why certain topics make me tense up or leave the room. There's a reason I've never taken you to my hometown, why certain people from my past are never mentioned, why some subjects cause me to suddenly need fresh air. My reactions probably seemed strange, maybe even concerning. The panic attack I had when we unexpectedly ran into that group at the restaurant last month wasn't random. The way I sometimes stare into space, lost in thought, wrestling with whether today would be the day I finally tell you. Maintaining this facade has become increasingly difficult. Each day, the walls I've built to compartmentalize my life grow thinner. I find myself slipping, almost revealing pieces of the truth, then backtracking awkwardly. You deserve better than half-truths and omissions. You deserve to know who you're really loving. I need to take a deep breath before I say this. My hands are shaking as I type these words, knowing that once they're spoken, I can never take them back. Everything might change after this moment. The way you see me, the future we've planned together, the trust we've built, all of it hangs in the balance with what I'm about to say. But I can't keep living in fear of this truth coming out. I can't keep protecting myself at the cost of your right to make informed choices about who you share your life with. So here it is, my love, I'm a confession. There, I've said it. The secret that's been haunting me, keeping me awake at night, making me pull away when all I wanted was to be closer to you. Speaking these words feels like jumping off a cliff, terrifying and freeing all at once. I understand if you need time to process this. I understand if you're feeling shocked, betrayed, or confused right now. These are all valid reactions. The truth is heavy, and I've just placed it in your hands without warning. Part of me feels immense relief, finally being fully seen by the person I love most. Another part is terrified of losing you now that you know. But regardless of what happens next, I know that hiding this fundamental truth about myself wasn't fair to either of us. Real love can't grow in the shadows of such significant secrets. I need to explain how I ended up hiding this important part of myself. It wasn't a malicious deception, but a protection mechanism I developed long before I met you. Years ago, when I first relevant backstory about the confession, I learned the painful lesson that some people cannot handle this truth. I lost friends, family members turned away, and someone I loved deeply walked out of my life without looking back. Those experiences scarred me deeply. I began compartmentalizing my life, showing different facets to different people, never letting anyone see the complete picture. It became second nature to hide this part of myself. When we met, I wasn't planning on falling in love. I thought, you would be another person who knew only the carefully curated version of me that I show the world. But then something unexpected happened. I fell completely in love with you. Suddenly, the walls I had built to protect myself became barriers keeping me from experiencing true connection with the person who matters most. Every loving moment between us made this secret harder to bear. Every time you trusted me with your vulnerabilities, I felt more guilty about withholding mine. I didn't tell you at the beginning because I was afraid of rejection before you had the chance to know the real me. Then, as we grew closer, I became terrified of losing what we had built. The longer I waited, the harder it became to find the right moment. How do you casually mention something that might change everything? I understand that finding out this way might feel like everything between us has been built on dishonesty. But please believe that my feelings for you have always been genuine. The person you fell in love with is real. My laugh, my dreams, my values, the way I care for you. This secret doesn't change who I am at my core. My greatest hope is that you can find a way to understand why I kept this from you, and that our love is strong enough to survive this revelation. I hope that after the initial shock fades, you'll see that I'm still the same person who brings you coffee exactly how you like it, who remembers all your stories, who knows when you need space and when you need to be held. But I'm also terrified. I fear you'll feel that trust has been broken beyond repair. I'm afraid you'll look at our memories together and question if any of it was real. The thought of losing you makes it hard to breathe, but I know forcing you to accept this would only cause more pain. I've imagined countless scenarios of how you might react. In my darkest thoughts, you walk away without looking back. In my most hopeful ones, you take time to process but ultimately decide that this doesn't change how you feel about me. The reality will probably fall somewhere in between. Messy, complicated, human. If you need space to think, I understand. If you have questions, I promise to answer every single one with complete honesty. If you're angry, you have every right to be. All I ask is that you remember the connection we've built, and consider if it's worth fighting for, even through this difficult truth. Whatever you decide, please know that loving you has made me want to be braver and more authentic. Even if this confession costs me your love, I'll always be grateful that you inspired me to finally face my truth. If you're willing to continue this journey with me, I want you to know what I'm offering. Complete transparency from this moment forward. No more secrets, no more hidden parts of myself. I want to rebuild any trust that's been damaged by answering any questions you have, introducing you to parts of my life I've kept separate, and showing you consistently that I am committed to honesty. I understand that forgiveness, if it comes, won't happen overnight. Trust is rebuilt in small moments, day after day. I'm prepared for that work. I'm prepared for the hard conversations, the moments of doubt, and the slow process of healing. This challenge, painful as it is, could actually strengthen what we have. Many relationships exist on the surface, never testing the depths of their connection. Now we have the opportunity to love each other with full awareness, no illusions, no conditions. If you decide to stay, I promise to never take your acceptance for granted. I'll work every day to deserve the second chance you've given me. And if the path forward means redefining our relationship in some way, I'm open to those conversations too. Whatever shape our future takes, I want you to know that you deserve someone who is fully present and honest with you. I want to be that person. My love, I've laid my truth bare before you. I understand if you need time to process everything I've shared. All I ask is that you remember who we've been to each other. Before making your final decision, remember the laughter, the quiet moments, the challenges we've already overcome together. I love you, not perfectly, but completely. That has never been a lie. Can you find it in your heart to see me for who I truly am now? Not just the parts I was brave enough to show before, but my complete self, flawed, scared, but finally honest? The answer is in your hands.